Hi everybody, welcome back to our channel Respect Education. So today, before starting this session, I would like to start with a small introduction. Okay, the introduction is also just like it's like interaction. So as you know, from the childhood you might have been learning, children, A, B, C, D. I'm not going to write all, so on, Z. What do we call them? Right, they are alphabets. They are alphabets. Right? If I say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, up to Saturday, what are those? These are weekdays or days of a week. Days of a week. If I say January, February, March, December, so on, December, what are those? Months of a year. Months of a year. Right? For example, if you ask a child, say the days of week. Suppose if he says Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, then Sunday. Immediately you can point out that he had skipped a day, that is Wednesday. Definitely you try to correct his mistake, because that you know perfectly after Tuesday, Wednesday comes. So this is what you are able to catch his mistake, because you know very well about the days of a week. In the same way, for example, if he says January, February, April, then immediately he will say stop. After February, what comes? March. So you say once again, then he will say January, February, March, like that. Is it clear? So here what you need to understand, how do we know them? From the childhood we have been learning. It has been completely set up in our mind. That is what, these all the things, they have common property. What is the common property here? When I say A, B, C, D, unknowingly your mind will be start reading E, F, G, H, I, J, K, like that, so on. That means here if I say Monday, Tuesday, definitely you will start thinking over that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so on. Same way here. That means here, these all the things, they have a common property. They have a common property. Right? For example, if I say 2, 4, 6, dash, dash. If I ask you to fill the blanks, then definitely you will fill it with 2, 4, 6, next 8 comes, then 10 comes. Clear? Because you know, if I keep here so on, you know that these are the even positive integers. You see, by looking at that, we have easily guessed what the number comes after that. Clear? Because of the common property. This can be called as rule. Common property or rule. So if the things or collection of things, if they have a common property or rule, then the collection of things is called a set. Is called a set. So here today our topic is, that is chapter number 2, sets. Sets. Right? This is chapter 2 in SCRT of Telangana state or Andhra Pradesh state. Now let us see, we have seen the sets which follow the rule. Now I will tell you what is not a set, what can't be a set. For example, if I ask you, say the best 5 batsmen in the world. Okay, you even need not to go to world. If I ask you 5 best batsmen in an Indian cricket team, suppose if I give you paper, if I ask you to write their names, okay, you have written 5 names, right? So your friend might have written 5 names. like that in our class. For example, there are 20 students, just for example children, all these 20 students, definitely they will write, okay, 1 2 3 4 5 best batsmen of our Indian cricket team, right? Now in this class itself, you compare all the answer sheets, you see here, all these 5 answers, do you think are the same for all? Absolutely no, because this 5 is set of my mind. If I write one of the answer sheets, okay, it indicates my mindset, that set is there in my mind. So I prepared that, okay, these are the best batsmen in any cricket team. My friend, he may be my friend, but the thing is that he might have another set in his mind. Is it clear? So this list means my list is not matching with others list. That means my mind set is different to their mind set. That can't be set. So here this question can't be set, because the rule is that here the thing is that it does not have a common property. Same way here, if I ask you, okay, say 5 best, okay, actors, it may not be 5, it may be 10, whatever it is. So again you compare the list in the same class, okay. Same way here, if the answers get mismatched, then that can't be a set, because it does not have a common property. So far we have seen the thing what is set, and we have seen the thing what is not a set. Now with this idea, we are going to start the exercise 2.1. After that, definitely we will come to know exactly about the concept sets. Are you ready? Now let us see exercise 2.1. In that first question, which of the following are sets? Justify your answer. In this first bit, you see children, the collection of all the months of a year beginning with the letter J. So here simply we should not write, children, it is a set or it is not a set. We should give the reason also. The thing is that here, understand the question, we need to write the collection of the months of a year which begins with J. So as you know children, first one is January, which starts with J. Next June, next July. That's all children. These 3 are the months, they begin with letter J. See here, whomever you ask, definitely they write these 3 months only, if they know properly the names of the months. So here it has a common property. By looking at that, we can say that yes, this is the collection of all the months which begin with J. So since it has a common property, it is a set. It is a set. Now let us see next bit, that is second bit. The collection of 10 most talented writers of India. See on what basis that we can decide the 10 most talented writers. So here definitely the choice of the persons, definitely it vary from person to person. So that is the reason here you can write it as it varies from person to person. It varies from person to person, means it does not have a common property. It does not have a common property. Right? Since it does not have a common property, so it is not a set. It is not a set. Let us see next bit, that is third bit. A team of 11 best batsmen of the world. So here also same, it varies from person to person. Means it does not have common property. So it is not a set. Let us see next bit, that is fourth bit. The collection of all boys in your class. Say for example, there are 20 children in your class. So if I ask you to write their names, that is what here collection means. Suppose if I ask you to write, everybody should prepare the list of your classmates, means your especially collection of all boys. See for example here, if you are one of the boys, you might be starting the list with your name, right? After writing your name, you might have written your friend's name, because everybody in general, everybody likes their own name. So here at the same case, your friend also, first he may write his name, then in the further list he may include your name. But the thing is that all the boys definitely, however the order, they will cover all the boys' names or not. So definitely they will follow. And at this place I would like to tell you one thing, children. The things what you are writing in a set is those things are called elements. So here these all the boys in the class, they are called elements. And if you compare all the answer sheets, if you compare, definitely all answers will be same, but order may be different. Here remember, in a set, elements order may be different, but all the elements should be present over there. So definitely it has a common property. So here we can write that it has a common property. What is the common property here? That you are writing the names of all the boys without leaving anybody. That is the common property. That will be followed by each and every boy of the class. So it has a common property. So it is a set. Let us see next bit, that is fifth bit. The collection of all even integers. So if you write the collection here, the least number of even integer is negative infinity. So we are not writing that. So here -4, -2, 0, 2, 4, so on. Are we able to write or not? Definitely yes. Means it has a common property, right? It has a common property. So it is a set. Let us see next question, that is question number 2. Before entering the question number 2, you see here children, these are 0, 2, 4, 6, these are called elements, and here this bracket is called set representation. And you observe alphabet capital A, capital B, capital C. So sets, they represent by capital alphabets, and whenever it is happen to write alphabets as elements, means inside the set we need to write smaller alphabets. Means you see here P, Q, R, these are small alphabets. And one more thing, here you see this symbol is there, this symbol is also not there. Now I will tell you what for they use and what do we call them. This symbol is called belongs to, and this symbol is called does not belong to, right? Before knowing their uses, let us see the question. Directly we will use that, so that you will come to know where to use and where not. Let us see question number 2 now. If A equal to 0, 2, 4, 6, B equal to 3, 5, 7 and C equal to P, Q, R. Then fill the appropriate symbol belongs to, see here, or does not belong to in the blanks. Now I will tell you what is the use of belongs to and where should we use does not belong to. See, 0 and A. Here 0 is in A, that means 0 belongs to A. 0, it is an element that belongs to set A. So in that case, children, we need to use belongs to. So here we can write the symbol belongs to. Clear? That means the element 0, it belongs to whom? Does it belong to B? No, it is not there. Does it belong to C? No, 0 is not there. So it belongs to A. In that case, we need to use belongs to. Right? Let us go to second bit. 3 dash C means we need to write there whether 3 belongs to C or 3 does not belong to C. First you check whether 3 is it there in C or not. 3 is not there. That means here 3 does not belong to set C. Same way here you compare 4 and B. So in the set B, whether we have 4 or not, see 3 is there, 5 is there, 7 is there, but 4 is not there in B. So 4 does not belong to B. Clear? Same way here, is 8 in A, is 8. 8 in A, it is not there. A has 0 to 4, 6. There is no 8. So here 8 does not belong to A. Same way, is P belong to C? Means is P in the set C? Yes, absolutely. So here P belongs to C. Last bit, children. Is 7 is in B? Is 7 in B? See, is 7 in B? Yes, 7 is in B. That's why here 7 belongs to B. That's all. Now let us see next question, that is question number 3. Express the following statements using symbols. Here 4 statements are given, children. We need to express these statements using symbols. So here first statement you see, the element X does not belong to A. Here you see, you compare the element and the set. So here you just read this, X does not belong to A. As we have seen earlier, X does not belong to symbol, this is does not belong to, X does not belong to A. First bit, our children. Second bit you see, D is an element of the set B. D is an element of B, means D belongs to B. So we can write it as D belongs to B. Now third bit, 1 belongs to the set of natural numbers n. Here you just understand element and the set. Here see 1 belongs to n. That's all finally. Here 1 belongs to n. Right? Now last one. 8 does not belong to the set of prime numbers P. You understand here 8 does not belong to P. So let us write it as 8 does not belong to P. That's all, children. Now let us see next question, that is question number 4. State whether the following statements are true or false. Justify your answer. In the first bit, 5 does not belong to set of prime numbers. So here let us indicate this set with capital P. Now the given statement is 5 does not belong to set of the prime numbers. First let us write the set of the prime numbers first. Okay, we can take it as P. So what are the prime numbers? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, so on. You just compare now. Here he is saying that it is given that 5 does not belong to P. Means it is given that 5 is not there in the set. But here you observe, children, whether 5 is there in the set or not. It is there. That's why here given 5 does not belong to P, but clearly 5 belong to P, right? So the given statement is false. So the given statement is false. Let us see next bit, that is second bit. S equal to 5, 6, 7 implies 8 belongs to S. Here it is given that 8 belongs to S, means 8 is an element of S. You see here, is 8 element of S? Definitely no. So clearly we know that 8 does not belong to S. So let us write this as it is false because given 8 belongs to S, but clearly 8 does not belong to S. This is a true statement, therefore the given statement is false. Let us see next bit, that is third bit. Minus 5 does not belong to W, where W is the set of whole numbers. Right? Let us write first the set of whole numbers. W equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on. So this is set of whole numbers. You just compare whether minus 5 is an element of W. Definitely not. Here the given statement also given the same. Minus 5 does not belong to W. Clearly here also minus 5 does not belong to W. So it is true. So this statement is true. Now let us see next bit, that is fourth bit. 8 by 11 belongs to Z, where Z is the set of integers. So let us write first the set of integers here. So on, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, so on. In integers there are negative integers, 0 and then positive integers. Right? Now here let us see, let us take 8 by 11. 8 by 11 if you simplify, it becomes 0 point, means it becomes 80. So 11 7s are 77, 3 is left, so 30. 11 2s are 22, again 8 comes, so again 80. So here 0.72 bar. 8 by 11 can be written as 0.72 bar. Let us check its place in integers. Actually 0.72 bar, this number is in between 0 and 1. So here this number comes here, children. Which one? 8 by 11, nothing but 0.72 bar, whatever you say. 8 by 11 comes here. But you observe in integers there are no decimal values. After 0 immediately 1 comes. But here there is no place for 8 by 11. That we need to understand. So here 8 by 11 belongs to Z is given, but 8 by 11 does not belong to Z. 8 by 11 does not belong to Z. Therefore the given statement is false.